The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
The views and opinions expressed by the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, are of my own and no one else, nor do they reflect Beyond Ringside. So, ladies and gentlemen, due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. The To Be Determined Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com. We are, of course, as I said, live, but we enjoy and thank everyone that catches us on all our feeds via Stitcher, Spreaker, Podomatic, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. And least we not forget Ustream and the Beyond Ringside Radio app. Give us a share and a like. Download that. I promise you will not be disappointed. Let's go around the table really quick and introduce everyone that's on this magical mystery ride. He is the host and the owner of Beyond Ringside. You can join him every Sunday night, 5:30 Central Standard Time, with Mabo and occasionally myself and Angie. He is the one and only the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane. Eddie, how you doing this evening?
It's been a topsy-turvy week so far. I'm just hoping to get some sanity back into my system, and hopefully tonight is the beginning of... No, I'm going to lose the rest of my sanity in the next 2 hours.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah, they will.
And ladies and gentlemen, my much better half, the peanut butter to my jelly. You know her as Angie Nemesis, Angie Tessarian. How you doing this evening?
Okay. That's about as good as I can get.
I don't even know why I asked that.
Yes.
Anyways, and I am the Oracle of Ominous, the architect of the Wicked Nemesis. Thank you for joining us this evening. We're going to start off by just going straight forward with what happened Saturday night. All three of us were there to witness Peach State Wrestling Alliance presents the Jim Cornette Experience, which we were not able to be a part of. I did see a few guys backstage hanging out listening to it, and of course I was like, damn it, why didn't I think about that? Because let's go into this mentality really quick. Let's pull back the curtain a little bit. I would have loved to have been there, and we could have been there.
Yes.
But, let's see. I don't want to say anything that might get me fired.
So definitely no names.
Okay, no.
Wasn't my fault.
I was told that baby faces were more than welcome to sit out in the crowd, and I just come back to the company. I'd been the top heel. Let's get fucking real. I mean, let's be honest. I was the top heel there, and right below me was Tommy Too Much. But fuck you, Tommy. I love you to death. But let's get real. It's my side of the coin. As I see it.
There you go. That hasn't been used yet. Use it.
I used it. I snatched it from under Eddie. I'm sorry. To sit out with the fans being just back, and with the name like the Wicked Nemesis, wearing masks of the rings, you have to have some type of mysteriousness. I don't hang out with the fans. I'll shake fans' hands. I'll sign autographs now as a babyface, as a heel. Obviously, I didn't, except in GCW, which is like a triangle. It is Bizarro World. GCW is my home, and that is totally different. Don't forget Southern Legends Fan Fest, November 21st.
Yes.
Hill City Civic Center, Hill City, Alabama. Get that in really quick. I didn't see it that way, and I should have known that Fry Daddy's ass would be the one to fucking set up the curtain. Of course, Fry Daddy. That motherfucker right there, he's too smart to be in wrestling.
No, yeah, he is very...
He gets it.
Yes, and you guys are... I don't know of a time that you've ever not been on the same page.
Absolutely not.
And he's always right there in the locker room from what you say to stand up and say, yep, you're right.
I respect Tyson Dean, and Tyson Dean, Fry Daddy, and myself, we kind of hang out at Peach State. We're revealing a little much. Oh well.
Hate it.
But you know that locker room is amazing, and to hear Cornette, just what little bit we did hear of it. I mean, the fans loved it. They clapped, they cheered, they laughed. I think some people were surprised, as we heard. Some people were surprised by the cussing, and I'm like,
it's fucking Cornette.
I know. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
I mean, come on.
I was amazed that people were amazed at the cursing.
And from what I hear, he was on fire too. So,
Yeah.
you know, there was some cursing. I do hate him and stuff.
I talked to the quote unquote crying wrestling fan, Dave Wills, and
Quite a lot.
Dave Willis.
He is a Wicked Nemesis fan.
Well, he's funny as fuck, you know.
He is amazing.
He's no Eddie Lane, but you know.
Yes.
Or I'm sorry, he's no Mabo.
Oh, there you go.
That would be the better. I'm sorry. Eddie is a trained wrestler.
I'll hit him for you, Eddie.
But we will also talk about trained wrestlers in a minute. Yeah, you hear that? No, I guess we'll do this in order. But the Cornette experience was awesome. Eddie, you were there. What were your thoughts on it, sir?
I was there for about the last 25 minutes because the SS Schmidtke had a flat tire, no spare, no jack that worked. And spent an hour and 15 minutes waiting on the tow truck to arrive. Thank you, Tow Mater. I'm not kidding. TOW-MATOR, Tow Mater. He finally got there, and he's running a shorter flatbed. Schmidtke's truck, which it almost didn't fit all the way on. I mean, it maybe had about 6 inches to spare. And well, we had the blowout on 59 southbound, headed to pick up the cause, and lo and behold, like I said, he called. Poor Schmidtke was having trouble with the insurance company. First, their automated system had him cussing worse than Wick any day. He made Wick sound like a saint. I kid you not. I think I have some of it on video. Not kidding. But from there, tow truck finally got there, got us to Eastern Tire on Center Point Parkway, and to everybody at Eastern Tire, absolutely tremendous. Got us in and out of there as quickly as possible. Did not dilly-dally, didn't screw around, didn't mess around. Got Schmidtke 2 tires at a very reasonable price, got them balanced, got them mounted, got them on there, not necessarily in that order. I think the mount came first, then the balance. It's been a while. And got us back on the road to go pick up Kaz, and Kaz was ready to roll. He's like, well, I had a chance to go through three Jameson's ball. I was waiting on y'all's asses and passed out. So you knew what kind of day it was going to be right then. But we got there. There was about 25 minutes left in the Jim Cornette experience. I had a chance to listen while we were bringing stuff in and setting up the radio rig and the audio part. And just Cornette was spot on. He was on it. And thank you to whoever idea it was to wait until I walked in the door to bring up the Dairy Queen incident, which it's all over the place if you haven't checked it out by now. And Cornette's story is consistent. That's one thing. If somebody's BSing about something, their story will change unless they're just a really good liar. POTUS.
But that video is up on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, Cornette was absolutely on it. He was spot on. He was hilarious. Great to listen to. Some of the people had really good questions for him, which was a cool thing. And because, you go to so many of these things, you get to see the Q&As, you get to hear interviews. We've done so many interviews. And there's times when we'll ask ourselves, is like, okay, which way do we want to take the questions? And that's one of the reasons why I'm glad we have the format that we do, whether it's me, you, and Mabo, or Clyde on, Angie coming on board for the interview. It's like we have different perspectives, different thought patterns. That's what made it entertaining. The fans who were there, or the people who were there asking questions, and there were some of the guys out there in the audience too, as far as wrestlers, staff, all of the above. But I had a chance to speak with Mr. Cornette after that was over with, after he got his little meet and greet line down, which was probably about 55, 60 deep. Should have been higher. Should have been more. People, you missed that opportunity. You really effing did. But Cornette was cool as hell. I interviewed him last week on Back to Basics. Had a chance to talk to him and reintroduce myself to him, and he remembered who I was amazingly, and I'm very flattered by that. And he has one of the coolest marketing gimmicks that I've heard anybody do in a while, and I haven't heard anybody use this one. I was joking around with him because he's got a brand new book and DVD combo. And he was also selling 2 different t-shirts. So I just, out of the clear blue, I said, because the T-shirt was set for one price and the DVD book set was set for another price. And I said, I got 2 questions for you. Number one, how much for a combo purchase of a T-shirt and the DVD book and DVD? And number 2, do you give a discount for cash? It took him a second. He said, that's funny, but unfortunately the only thing I can do is take cash right now. Because he said, my wife, who is the tech savvy one of us, didn't give me the right phone so I could take credit cards. Oh, snap. But I've had a chance to read a little bit of the book. Oh, the marketing gimmick. He said, but I tell you what I will do. I'll give you, instead of price X, I'll give it to you a little bit lower at price Y. But I'll throw in a free paper bag to put everything in for you. I'm on the floor laughing. And then it turned around and he said, you're going to get an even better deal than I thought you were going to get. I said, really? He said, yeah, because I can't put everything in one bag, so I got to give you a free second paper bag. It's like, cool, I'm there. And it's just the way he handled that was just so hilarious. I mean, like I said, he was always a treat to hang out with. I've spoken with him before, interviewed him a couple of times, and it's always great to be able to hang out with Corny. And he was just tremendous the entire day. I didn't get a chance to talk that much more after the show started because I was doing commentary, but I know that I spoke to a couple of the other people, and everybody had just like the basic consensus was he's someone that you want to hang out with for at least another hour and go back through the drive-thru to see if it happens again.
I am about to probably take a lot of heat. I did not even speak to Mr. Cornette, unfortunately, because I had 4,000 things going on. For anybody that knows me, I wear glasses outside the ring, but I do not wear them to the event. I went so fucking blind. I was trying to watch the matches. Everybody was over there around Cornette, as it, should be. I was just trying to make sure that what I did was spot on and critiquing matches, making people cry, apparently. Well, I witnessed it, but I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to, but we'll get to that too. First match of the evening started off with a bang. There's been a bounty placed on Jimmy Rave for, I believe, $200,000.
Yes.
Eddie?
Sorry, I was typing. Yes. Bounty currently set at $2,000 by Al Getz. Originally, Michael Judas was supposed to be first on the line to try to capitalize and catch the bounty, but unfortunately, because of travel difficulty, Mr. Judas wasn't able to do it, so Mr. Getz turned around and brought in Bill T. Butcher to try to do it. Well, unfortunately, the Butcher didn't get the job done. So Getz decided to jack it to $2,000. And who did he get, Wick?
Hey. I don't know. Is that how he says it?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, he is pretty fucking big. That match. No, let's just... Jimmy Rave.
What's that Band-Aid, though? I just
Yeah.
don't have to say.
The Band-Aid got over. It's like
Sorry.
Moppy. It's like Moppy. Bandy!
Yes. All right.
Bandy did not make an appearance this match,
You did.
but my prediction was correct. My prediction was pain. Some people get that joke, some don't. That's okay. It's a little old. For the older crowd out there, people my age. 36, by the way. When it comes to wrestling, there's not many people better than Jimmy Rave. He can go out and have a great match with Kyle Matthews, very technical on the mat. He can have a great match with Chip Day, which is a great professional wrestling match, hard kicks, hard knocks. Corey Hollis, anybody that was under Jimmy Rave approved, let's just get that away, and Kyle Matthews. To see what he's done with guys like Payne, big, strong guys that obviously outmuscle him, guys that outpower him, to be able to see him stick to his guns and be able to go through a match and not only have a pretty good match, but to have a good match and sometimes a great match.
Jimmy Rave's
speaks...
chops, though.
Oh, dear God,
dang.
yes. You can hear Jimmy Rave's chops in the back. I'm just saying.
And I've seen people flinch before Jimmy even touched them, knowing they was supposed to get that shit. Yeah, so, sorry.
With that being said, Jimmy Rave tore the house down with Payne. I was impressed with Payne. Payne brought it, and Jimmy Rave took everything he had.
Yep.
You know, I'm surprised. As much as people hated Jimmy Rave so much, they love him even more. Like, now that he's babyface. I was very surprised.
I was very surprised, too, especially...
And then you two? Like,
I mean,
wow.
Well,
those Peach State fans.
It is so weird.
They're amazing.
Most of professional wrestling in the Southeast has changed for anybody that has been around and knows anything about it. Eddie, you witnessed this match. Your thoughts on this match, sir?
It was a good match to watch. Payne, I don't know that incredibly much about. Rave, of course, I've worked with and in a number of different promotions, Peach State, A.W.E, and a couple other shows. But from that vantage point, Rave has been on it's kind of like the interview I did with him after on BR Live. I told him point blank, I said, dude, you have been on a tear throughout calendar year 2015. And just when you think he hits that ceiling, just when you think he hits the glass, he breaks through and just takes it to a completely different stratosphere. And Rave has just been, I don't know what it is. He found something inside of him to where it transcends the physical, because I've watched him against Davey Vega. I've watched him against Bill T. Butcher and Payne. I've watched him against different people at different times in different companies. And it's one of those cases where Rave just continues to get even better.
What did you do? I'm sorry, what did you just say?
He's one of those broomstick workers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, he can work a broomstick and make it a hell of a match.
Yep.
You can.
And that's not taken away from anybody, that he wrestles, but he's just that damn good.
I have seen Johnny Slaughter wrestle a broomstick. I've seen Kyle Matthews do a few things here and there. Johnny Slaughter made it an art form. Like, I was amazed at what you can do with a broomstick, and I've also seen Stupid D Clown actually do I saw an inflatable spider almost win a battle royal.
Oh my god! Only those two people could probably make that work.
He ended up stomping on it and throwing it out, and he won.
My
And people
gosh.
booed. People booed. Boo, boo! Started chanting spider. I was like, and then here I am, having to go out there and say, "Your winner, Stupid D Clown," and people started booing me, and I was like, "It's okay. The spider's still alive." Never mind, it's not. He flattened it, and people were like, "Somebody snatched that spider up and ran off with it." One of the fans.
But that just speaks volumes to the level of talent they are, and Jimmy Rave's up there.
You're exactly right. Georgia wrestling history, their awards will be coming out, and I get a vote, and my vote will probably go to Jimmy Rave for that for top wrestler of the year for 2015. Our second match was Romeo. What does he go by? What is his moniker?
The French Sensation Romeo or something like that?
The French Sensation Romeo against my man, Fry Daddy. Fry Daddy is just like, and that motherfucker, man, we sat there, I gave him shit, we rapped that
I was
song.
singing the movie.
Yes, we were just like,
me and him. Oh well, the time that we heard it before, we were so happy that my favorite line from the whole song, Game 6, was on whenever the entrance happened.
He is, but you know why it took so long for him to come out? Because I was giving him shit. We were talking so much shit. I was like, only you and AJ Steele can come out to this.
His new gear is tight.
Yes,
I like it.
Man, Fry Daddy is
That's
on
how
point.
you do it right.
Yes, you're exactly right. Fry Daddy and Romeo had a pretty good match. There were a few slip ups. What was that move that he was doing? What would you call that? That there was kind of a mess up on.
Which one? Well, there wasn't a mess up once I figured out what was happening. I guess.
Well, there was a slight, the fans were definitely confused. I was asked several times about it. But these guys Fry Daddy just goes.
Yes.
Fry Daddy goes, and Fry Daddy goes, and Fry Daddy goes, and guess what? Fry Daddy goes. Fry Daddy, I can't say enough about the guy. And Romeo, I have seen several times. You know, and he's a pretty good wrestler, you know, but God, if we could bottle up what Fried Eddie had.
And you know, I'm just.
And I was there for Fried Eddie's Peach State
Fried Eddie
debut.
He's just a hell of a nice guy.
Yes.
Too. He
Oh,
really is. He's just a nice person. So it's good when you see people that are that talented and that good still. You know, you know, that's where Fry is. He's working everywhere.
Every freaking where. Congratulations, Fry.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Romeo, or I'm sorry, I wouldn't say unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Fortunately for Romeo, but unfortunately for the fans, I guess I should say, Romeo come out on top of this match with Fried Eddie, which I can't wait to see this once again on DVD. Eddie, your thoughts on this match?
You know, and this was a match that had implications for both the Heritage title division as well as the No Limits division, because Romeo, a former Heritage champion, Fried Eddie, a former No Limits champion, the winner in this match could actually write part of their own ticket and would definitely advance in both, because you have to look at the No Limits championship right now. What? No Limits.
No Limits soldiers.
Oh.
I told you.
Sorry.
You know, and both men gave a
Shake
great...
Knuckles. I bet he knows that song. He and Wicked have this weird song synchronicity thing. I don't know. But anyway, I'm sorry, Eddie.
It's okay. But the short version is both men gave a great account for themselves. When Fried Eddie took that first huge one over the top rope, I'm beginning to think that was actually not a good thing for Fried Eddie. And it wasn't. Had a chance to catch up with him a little bit later, and he just responded by going, yeah, ow. But great to see great to know that Fried Eddie's going to fully recover from that one, seriously. But from there, yeah, Romeo and Fried Eddie both turned it up. Unfortunately for Fried Eddie, Romeo turned it up that much more, picking up the win Saturday night.
Yeah, Fried Eddie has taken some tough bumps. Wow, he needs Fried Eddie.
Oh, Kyle Matthews.
Yes, him and Kyle Matthews. Learn from Kyle Matthews. Fried Eddie.
He needs to remember his nickname is Fried Eddie, not Fly Daddy.
Excuse me, let me clear my throat for this. Let me clear my throat. Oh my God.
No, because we're not playing the music for an extended period of time.
Yes.
But is the likeness too like? I don't know how strict they are now.
Oh, I know YouTube. YouTube with those big updates.
With
anyway,
those things.
So we will say this: Fried Eddie, you are an amazing athlete. You are an amazing individual. Watch your fucking bumps. Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He takes some bad bumps. Wow. Walks away from them.
Yes.
But, still. Wow. Third match.
Oh, what did you say?
I'm sorry.
I was confused with Romeo's finisher.
Mm-hmm.
And that's dumb on my part, I guess. And
No.
I can thank Larry Goodman for clarifying the actual finisher is a snapmare drop. Snapmare drop.
Yeah.
Okay. When I first looked at it, it looked like a missed RKO / snapmare, and I was like, oh, wow, that was the finisher. I'm still not a fan of the finisher by any means. But that does make sense, and that does make me feel better. So that is what I say about that match. And I'm a huge fan of it.
Well,
so.
at least it's not the Manchester Driver. And speaking of Manchester Driver, Simon Sermon. Now, of course, we had a vested interest in this. Simon Sermon against Kevin Blue, who is the No Limits champion, correct?
Yes.
Newly
crowned.
Yes, from last event, I believe.
This match, Kevin Blue took it to Simon Sermon. And Kevin Blue, I cannot say enough about Kevin Blue and his in-ring work. Very quiet backstage, but
he's a good-sized kid too.
Yeah.
He's good size.
I don't know how old he is. I think
he looks young.
Yeah,
he's a lot younger than me, so he's a kid. I apologize. I'm not trying to offend.
I'm old.
I'm old.
I'm old, Greg.
Yes.
This match could have went either way.
Yes.
But Simon Sermon, he always finds a way to win. I mean, I know one of his wins he can thank to me, but being in ring and having worked Simon Simon brings it. Like, Simon knocks the shit out of you.
Can I say this as your wife
Yes.
and as a fan? Okay, when Simon performs, he always performs.
Yes.
But I happen to be in the company of 3 gentlemen who were huge Simon Sermon fans, as they should be, because he's fucking amazing. But one of them was to my left, 2 of them were to my right. Well, every time someone would do something, they would all stand up and cheer and blah, blah, blah. And of course, I'd just be sitting there wanting to stand up and cheer right along with him. I was so mad I couldn't do that. He's so good.
He is.
And
He is amazing.
if I wouldn't have got busted with some red glitter lipstick, I probably would have kissed him. Because, I mean, just on the cheek, of course. But, like, he's so good. And you guys together, oh, my God, which I know you've worked together for a long time. But, and then Shane, the combination, you guys, man, I cannot wait to see what happens with this because it's going to be amazing.
Well, before we get to that, Simon and Kevin Blue, Simon, of course, finding a way to win.
Oh, yes.
Your thoughts on this match, Eddie?
I kind of remember it the other way around. I kind of remember Kevin Blue sneaking out with a win.
Oh, he did?
He
Okay,
did,
I'm
yes.
sorry. Okay,
Referee Terry Hutchins had to restart the match.
Yes.
Because
That's right.
Whoops. Well, I was a little preoccupied at that moment. But
You kind of were.
Sir.
No, but no problem. Actually, Simon Sermon tried to use the ropes in order to steal a victory. And lo and behold, Terry Hutchins actually got the delayed reaction. I think he was watching through his mind's eye on satellite feed, and there must have been clouds outside. So therefore, it took a minute for the signal to get there. Radio. And from there, AM radio. From there, he restarted the match, and Kevin Blue actually turned the tables on Sermon and picked up the 1, 2, 3. Now, this was another... Huh?
And fans loved it.
Oh, yeah. You don't always get a chance to see something like that where, there's some NFL officiating crews and a Pac-12 officiating crew that could actually take a hard, cold lesson from this. Yeah, even if you don't see it right then, the knee was down, the game is over, there is no touchdown. Miami wins. But, yeah, I'm still stuck on that one. So. Roll Tide. And, Sermon, always the consummate professional, even when he's cheating his ass off. Kevin Blue has made some great strides in the world of pro wrestling. The kid continues to dazzle. The kid continues to get better, and he continues to impress. It was, like I said, great win for Kevin Blue, the No Limits champion right now. But at this point in time, Simon Sermon, you ain't got nothing to worry about because you are still one half of the Peach State Tag Team Champions. But your tag team partner may have some problems in the near future. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Now,
You know what I'm saying, right?
what? What?
November the 28th. My prediction is going to hurt like a mother.
Thanksgiving turmoil, if you will.
We'll
Yeah,
get to that in a minute, though.
Well, we Shane Knowles and I are standing there watching, match, and I'm hanging out, and I'm telling Shane, we're gonna have to go fuck Simon up. So I missed obviously the finish of that because, when Terry Hutchins is like right in the bio, so you think it's over. Now,
That's a good Terry.
well, you have to talk like you have no teeth.
Only thing better than that would be Larry the Cable Guy trying to imitate Terry. Get her done. Can't do it right now. I'm laughing too hard. Sorry, kids.
And then Terry says, "Hey, girl."
Hey, Terrell. Hey, Terrell. Now, I'm sitting there watching this happen. I'm just hanging out, and I see that Simon Sermon pulls out a chair and, starts tapping on the mic. Well, just so I happen to have a live microphone, I really like Simon. And I respect Simon. He's just, wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
Scenario. When he starts banging on the microphone, and he incessantly does it, I start laughing. I'm barreled over in my mask, just laughing my ass off.
El Toro Poo Poo, I am cringing because you know me. I hate it when people do that.
I know you do.
And then I stopped about 5 or 6 smacks in and realized, oh, wait, that's not my mic. Screw it.
But still,
Because I'd have been killing a motherfucker.
it is an instincts. But I'm barreled over laughing. I've got my fucking microphone on, getting ready to fucking go out because I know Simon's going to call us out. I know Simon's sermon, you know. I know this game. And I'm just over there laughing my ass off. And I thought for a fucking second, I'm going to tell the world this, I've told Inge this. I thought for a second, going on the microphone or going right back to him. Because he just started going out of it and kept going. I was like, giddy up. I could have fucked with him so hard. God damn it, don't fucking give me a live microphone. You can go out there and do some shit like that. Because he's lucky I didn't start laughing over it. Because I could have laughed through his entire promo.
Yeah.
Which we will get to in just a second. It's 30 minutes past 9 o'clock. We're going to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to pick up from there. That's what you call a cliffhanger, folks. Right here, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com, Beyond Ringside Radio app, and several other outlets. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye-bye. See you in a moment.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Lane, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
The To Be Determined Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com, and the Beyond Ringside Radio app. We're going to talk a little bit about this promo, what you're about to hear, and set it up. Simon Sermon had gotten a chair at some point and brought it into the ring. He sits down and proceeds to halt the show. Now, you will also hear, after he says what he has to say, you will hear Shane Knowles and myself come out, and then you will hear my retort. Now, this is my second babyface promo at Peach State, so this gets a little weird very quickly for anybody that knows us. So, here we go. Eddie Lane, roll that beautiful beam footage.
Thank you for saying that. I was hoping you would.
He's Spanky Mikey.
If you just take a second, calm down, let's just address Listen, you know we have a lot of respect for you, but with that being said, you have to think back to the last event. Think about what you did. You thought, you assumed that I was coming out here to help you. Am I a brother's keeper? Yes, I am. This man needed me. This man needed guidance. This man needed a necessary evil. You know this. These fans have cheered you. These fans have booed you. You have put more butts in seats than most of the people in the state of Georgia. But you're coming out here, and all you do is whine. Who's got the team? Somebody give us the team for the squad. And you know what? If you are showing the respect we're talking about, you can get down on your hands and knees and kiss my big butt for all the asses I paid you to. Now look, if you know that they come down to just that, we're the greatest Ray Turner coming through here proudly. How about this? Thanksgiving turmoil. We can settle this like some gentlemen, or we can do it like we need to. This is an art form, Simon. You know this. You busted your tail for this. Give these fans what they want. Get on your hands and knees and say yes to Thanksgiving turmoil. Shane Knowles, Simon Sermon, Thanksgiving turmoil. Who wants to see it? Well, I can't hear what you say. I think that's a yes. So Simon, you bring that out there, you'll be $5. You do what by these fans? I didn't say this. I don't give a crap what these fans want. I never have, I never will. Because listening to them got me around to stop right there, okay? You guys, we have a sports center. You're ready to read. You're ready to 28. You're signing your death warrant, boy. Because I'm going to use it all day to run time. He needs his help to get over on me. I'm not coming for you. I don't care what kind of match it is. I'll let you choose. I swear, every weekend to kill you. Any match. Any match. What do you want to see? Did you say any match? Any match, okay. You know what? Whatever you want, we'll sign it and we'll do it. You can let these fans pick, we don't care. Simon Sermon! Simon says you're dead. Shane Knowles, Simon Sermon, Thanksgiving turmoil!
Go with it, my brother.
Awesome. Like, Simon just opening it up.
Yes.
Simon is amazing.
You guys feed off one another so well.
Yeah, because he knows when I set him up for a promo.
Right,
That is just
right.
like, a lot of people, I know there was a cheap pop. And you're right, it was a cheap pop. I got some cheap pops in there. It's my Mick Foley, Eddie Lane right there.
Hey!
I can't do the Eddie Lane laugh. Dear God.
Huey.
I want to thank the fans for Carrollton because it is amazing how they just spammed that quick.
And that yes chant went on for a good long while. Those fans
I
are
was
going crazy.
shocked by the yes chant.
Yes,
I
that
have to
was
admit,
great.
I was shocked by the
But
yes
you know, the
chant.
fans want to see this match so bad.
Yeah.
And now that you're a part of this, it just makes it even more worthwhile for, Thanksgiving Turmoil. It's going to be totally worth it. I mean, this is just one of the huge matches on the card. I mean, there were several other matches on that night, I think. So
There
wow.
have been 3 announced so far. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut in for a second because this Saturday morning 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central, 8 Pacific time, right here on Beyond Ringside Radio. The Shooters Gallery opens fire. Yours truly, Robert Cosper, Shane Knowles. And Shane will be passing along the information that he's been given about Thanksgiving turmoil this weekend on the Shooters Gallery Saturday Showcase. So definitely be sure to tune in. We've got 3 already signed, but there's going to be some exclusives this Saturday morning. Wick?
That's what you got to love about Beyond Ringside, the ability to transform. And you have breaking news.
Yes.
Eddie, you're going to have the breaking news.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah,
bum,
go
bum.
ahead. We used to have that because we used to break news all the time on Beyond Ringside. Now we have such a plethora of shows that there's stuff
There's
broke
all
on
kind of topics
WrestleRage. There's stuff broke on Beyond Ringside, on the Shooters Gallery, on the Tribute Tournament show.
And we've got 2 new ones on the horizon.
Basics. Sir?
Got 2 more on the horizon.
Oh, I guess you can't do that.
Do tell.
You can't fucking do that.
In that case, I will play this. I will break it to everybody very easily and very quickly. There are 2 new outings coming to Beyond Ringside Sports Radio. You know him as one half of the combination of WrestleRage Radio. Stan Grubb is venturing out on his own for a 30-minute special, and it will be called Corner to Corner, and it's going to be debuting this weekend right here on Beyond Ringside. Also, we have a return coming to Sundays. Normally, it's a trifecta. Now, I got to come up with a new word. Cause and Effect will be returning to Beyond Ringside Sports Radio in the next couple of weeks. Robert Cosper, Chris Thomas, Stuart Couch, and maybe a couple of other surprises. But Stuart and Cos very set and ready to get things back in order for CNE, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Remy, looking forward to having him come on board. They got a couple of surprises in store, and also the SS Schmidtke will be setting sail. Here's your third one for the night, kids. Guess what? Trifecta. In the next couple of weeks, things are going to be in play. Mark Mabo Bowman from Beyond Ringside Live, the SS Schmidtke, who a lot of you are getting to know over the course of a few shows, as well as the Cos, Robert Cos. Actually, Cos is just going to be producing this one, but he'll drop in every once in a while with a shot of Jameson. The Receipt will be here on Beyond Ringside Sports Radio in the next couple of weeks. So we got 2 brand new outings and 1 return on the horizon. The lineup is getting deeper and deeper and better by the second. We've already got it going on. Now we just got more to keep it going on.
Wow.
Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Remember that. Dear God.
And actually, I've got another one that's kind of quiet. A lot of longtime listeners are going to remember the Master of Malice, or the Brute, Mark James. He is now a part of a brand new podcast, which is based out of the Carolinas, Carolina Wrestling Showcase. And from there, I've had some conversations, and we are going to start working to put things in play for them to simulcast here on BR. So that's actually, there you go, quadruple play. Can I say that? Ooh, Quadatorium. There we go.
Auditorium, yes. Wow. Let's make sure we get on that. Patent pending.
Yeah, I know. Get me the legal Zoom real quick.
Dear God, please. We have to acknowledge the fact that without Eddie Lane, this fucking network would not exist.
Absolutely.
Eddie, do you fucking remember when we used to be the only ones that would like do shows?
Yeah.
Seems like forever ago.
Now,
Well-
everybody has a show.
Well, kind of, sort of. You know, we've been trying to get Mabo to do something for a while, and he's been talking about doing it for a while. And with Schmidtke coming on board, and Schmidtke says he's going to go hashtag #HellDamnAss. I'm looking forward to hearing how he does that.
That is a lie.
Huh? Actually, he's been good lately. The last couple of call-ins he's done, he's kept it clear. And plus, remember, he actually played it straight the other night on the live show. But as far
I
as it,
can't laugh at anyone because I mess it up every time. I'm so sorry.
I fell on my. By the way, I left that one in there. By the way.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, I remember when we first brought when Beyond Ringside Live or Beyond Ringside itself first returned, and coming up, I believe, almost starting into our 9th season, January 25th, and that was actually we'd set up a deal because I was working with the Fox and Hound over in by the 280 corridor. And I was doing karaoke and playing DJ for them, and I brought the idea to them about bringing the show back. And it's like, okay, fine, we're going to be showing Royal Rumble. Come do the show from here. So the debut outing, because here's the kick in the nuts. It almost didn't happen because I had originally planned to spend my birthday. That was my birthday weekend. It debuted on the 25th, and my birthday was the 27th. I'd originally planned to spend my birthday weekend in Las Vegas. So it almost didn't start. It almost didn't happen. And I know there's a bunch of people out there going, why didn't you go to Vegas, you asshole? But
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of people saying that.
yeah, people who don't get as many likes and listens as we do. Biatches. But yeah, I mean, it started out.
Hey, that's Lane, Layne.
There you go.
Why? Because he secretly doesn't like you.
Oh, nicely played. But they're coming back. It was, I believe, it was myself, Evil, Chase Pearson, Andy Hudson, starting out the original play, and then we had somebody else come on board for a little while, and he managed to piss off everybody in 5 seconds flat. No, it wasn't Chase. And Angie cover his mouth. But from there, Mark Mabo Bowman came on board. Because of a suggestion of a good friend of mine, Amanda Gorham Partridge, and I sat down with Mabo. We started yicky-yakking back and forth. I think we'd already followed each other on Twitter, and lo and behold, it's kind of like, the chemistry is there. Let's cut up. Let's have a little fun. Andy had to step aside. Chase stuck around for a while, and plus, of course, y'all know we moved to the MCO studios, which was our first stationary home in this incarnation. But to make a long story short, we've had some different faces, whether it be Brooks Logan, Paul Wells, Big Daddy Guff Grayson coming back on board on a limited basis, and then, of course, the advent, the day that the Shot Heard Around the World Part 3, the interview that I did at the Fox and Hound with you and Orion Bishop. And from there, you came on board, for which I'm very thankful.
That was October 20th or 21st of 2009.
Right.
And I know that because Mabo shared the memory right before my birthday. And I saw that and I was like, holy shit, that's how it started. Now, originally, what happened is we come on and, of course, I just made sure that everybody remembered me. And then Bishop would not fucking talk. It was like tea to get Bishop to talk.
It was.
Eddie told him 7 times, get closer to the microphone. And Eddie, let's talk about the first time I ever met Eddie Lane. I know we were talking about Peach Day, but we're going to go off on an origin story for a second. I was fucked up. I was high as a motherfucking kite.
Oh my gosh.
And Eddie comes over to me and says, hey, do you want to cut a promo for, you mind doing a radio spot for my show or whatever? How'd you say it?
Yeah, the Locked In promo.
And I could not fucking remember that shit for my life. Could not remember it. Could not fucking remember. This is the Wicked Nemesis and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
That was the first one you did.
Could not fucking remember that. So Eddie was gracious enough to allow me to come on to the show.
Yeah.
And we had fun. Mabo was cool as fuck, of course. Bishop was awkward as fuck. So then we go and I just started randomly calling in. That's what happened. Like I would get an occasional time, and then whenever my day job shut down and they shut down the entire company, I went to another day job and I was just sparsely coming on. Now that leads me to me being interviewed on was it PW 24/7?
Right.
Which at the time was called Shoot Finish, and I was interviewed by them. Now I had been interviewed on WrestleRage several times because of Corey. I had been on Georgia Wrestling Now, with Jonathan Williams, and I think Murder One was the co-host at the time. Perhaps not. I'm sorry if it was someone else. I know Larry Goodman come on because I had Larry Goodman laughing his ass off. We just all of a sudden, like, Renegade just left. Like, I was asked to come onto the show, and then he left, and then all of a sudden I was the default host of Shoot Finish. Well, Shoot Finish fell through. I created To Be Determined, and then when that fell through, it became the To Be Determined show, and Eddie was gracious enough to allow us to come onto the show, to come onto the network. And a lot of people want to know why I'm able to cuss and why I get away with it and everybody else is held in ass.
Do you want me to take that one?
Sir?
You want me to take that part?
Yes, sir.
Now, there are standards in play that I do put in place for each show. Wick knows there are some lines that I ask him to not cross. And same thing with Reverend Dan Wilson over on the Midnight Black Mass. But the short version of the story is, for the most part, the BR station and Beyond Ringside itself, Beyond Ringside Live as it evolved, had stayed primarily terrestrial radio friendly. When the Midnight Black Mass over on Potty Humor and the other outlets that they've been on, as well as the To Be Determined show, had been on different outlets, and they'd been allowed certain liberties as far as the language goes. Well, I didn't want to stifle or overly oppress. Now, we do have our moments where we'll have those creative meetings, and it's like, did you really have to say that? And Wick's like, well, fuck yeah. And there you go, Angie. There's yours for the week. But no, I afford TBD as well as MBM the privilege and the luxury, more luxury than privilege, of being able to keep their language in place as they were originally created. And that's why, case point scenario, when Kaz and I sat down and we talked about him bringing Cause and Effect C&E to BR. And he told me, and I quote, I want to do a show that everybody can listen to. I want to keep it PG. Hell damn ass is fine with me. Well, occasionally, blank happens. Certain people get on a tangent and just let the fecal matter fly. And I'm referring to, yes, a person that I call brother just the same. And I don't mean Hulk Hogan, brother. No. But y'all know who I'm talking about. And when Kaz comes to me and says, dude, how do I get it back on the rails? It's like, tell everybody this is what you want to do. That it's not Eddie saying it. That you're the host of the show. You own the property. You and Stewart own the property. If there's something going on you don't like, take matters into your own hands. Then take them to court. Thank you, Doug Llewellyn.
Or you can fire everybody live on air.
That's right.
There was a lot behind that, and it wasn't just the factor of what happened that night on
laugh
CNN.
about it now. We can laugh about it now.
Dude, okay, Origins episode continued. We're going to get back to Peach State in a second, and we're at the top of the hour, so I'll make this short and sweet. I was going through health problems. My dad had been going through health problems. I'd been going through serious financial difficulty. A lot of stuff was just coming down around my ears, and I don't mean me at a swingers party. But from that vantage point, it came to a point where I snapped, and I had a meltdown, and it got to me. And there was 100 ways that I could have handled everything, and I picked the one way that was the absolute worst way to handle it. And I am still very sorry about the way that I handled that to this day. There are people who are finally coming back over and listening to BR's products, to everything on the Beyond Ringside family of shows. We've got new venues since then. It wasn't just what was said. Go ahead.
Just for a second, and I'll just want to say, because we're friends, we told you this in private, and I'll tell everyone here, like, we're your friend first, and we care about Eddie. So it got to not be fun for you, and it got to be something that was causing more problems on top of your problems. Right. We totally understood. We have no ill will. We just wanted you to be okay. and you are, and we're back, so we're cool.
Yeah, according to my doctor set some things at ease to me today because I'd been flipping the F out for the last 24 hours, and I'll give you this one before we go to break. Two things I want to clear up very quickly. One's clear up and one's say. I want to say thank you to my doctor who helped set my mind at ease to a great degree about something I was freaking the fuck out about. Bonus. So I actually had a nice little visit with my doctor this afternoon. We did some testing, and we're going to go a certain direction on something I'll tell you about off air. No, it's not terminal, although there are some people that probably wish it was, like the San Diego Nightmare. And but I've got some things that I'm monitoring right now, and we're trying some medication over the next week, and we're gonna see how things pan out. So I can breathe on that front. And number two, I want to put this in perspective right now. I know you said what you said a second ago, but I just want to say this one more time. And I know different people listen to different shows at different points in time, whether they be on the live version or on the replay. To the two of you, Wick, Angie, to Mark Bowman, to Robert Cosper, Stuart Couch, Dan Sawyer, to Corey Nachampkin, Stan Grubb, Dan Wilson, to everybody on the different products, Ted Guinness, who was on board at that point in time. There's 100 ways that I could have handled things, and I handled it the worst possible way because, like I said, it was just a complete and total meltdown on my part. And I went overboard. I do that on occasion, but just not quite so stupidly. So I would like one more time to lay out there to everybody my humblest apology. From the bottom of my heart, I don't like using the words "I'm sorry" because I already know I'm a sorry sumbitch sometimes. But from the bottom of my heart, I do apologize. I'm thankful that C&E is finally coming back on board. I'm thankful that all the shows that have come on board have been able to come on board. And I left somebody out of that equation, and I will say, Hitman Ryan Adcock, I apologize to you, sir, as well. Longtime friend and family in that regard, and I did not mean to leave him out. I was just concentrating mainly on the headache that I've been given in certain directions. But once again, to everybody who was on the station that I took it out on by shutting shit down, I do apologize all the way across the board. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, everybody, I do apologize one more time.
Well, we long accepted your apology, and it's I said, we're good. We're glad everything worked out, and we're here.
Oh, and by the way,
coming back. I miss Cause.
Oh,
in effect, those crazy guys.
God, they had such good commercials, man. I hope they continue to do those commercials.
Oh,
Yes.
and I've been asked what happened with Saturday Showcase Shooters Gallery because it's me, Cos, and Shane Knowles. I've been asked why Hitman hasn't come back on board. There was a miscommunication between myself and Ryan that I'm still trying to figure out to this day. So if there's nothing from my direction in a negative sense, so I will say this point blank right here, right now. The Hitman Ryan Adcock is more than welcome, and I'll say this to his face via text, on the telephone, on Facebook, on Twitter. Well, he doesn't do Facebook and Twitter. He said screw social media. But Hitman is more than welcome to come on at any point in time. We just got to sit down and figure out what time's good. Take us to break, kind sir.
With that being said, Eddie, we love you. Thank you. We're so glad that the station is thriving.
Yes.
This is the Tribute Tournament Show. We are live beyond Ringside Radio Network, and this could be an episode of Dr. Phil. I don't know.
Hey, this is Stan Grubb for WrestleRage Radio right here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for myself and SmarkRage as we discuss the professional wrestling business from WWE, TNA, and all things in between. We'll have an interview here or there. We'll see what we can do to just keep you entertained. And along the way, we're going to have to bring up some emotion and make you think. That's what we like to do. So join us here on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you at WrestleRage.
The Mad Dog's House of Pain, the only nationally licensed pro wrestling school in the state of Alabama. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, trained by the Junkyard Dog, will be your trainer. You want to be a professional wrestling superstar? Learn from GCW's own Mad Dog's House of Pain. With over 22 years experience, learn from the Mad Dog's House of Pain. 205-567-6482. Start your career today. Call 205-567-6482.
2010, after 2 years of constant bullying, 11-year-old Ty Smalley took his own life. In the past 7 years, more than 55,000 children have taken their own lives due to bullying. That's 22 youth suicides every day. Stand for the Silent is a grassroots organization that educates people about the harsh reality of bullying and the devastation it causes, and they need your help. Visit standforthesilent.org to learn how you can get involved and help us to save lives.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I'm Roddy Piper, and we stand for the silent.
November 28th, Thanksgiving turmoil. Let's try that again. November 28th, Thanksgiving turmoil. Carrollton, Georgia, Peach State Wrestling Alliance. Make sure you're there for that. We're discussing the Jim Cornette Experience, this past event for Peach State, and we haven't forgotten about GCW making their return, November 21st. Pell City Civic Center.
Thank
Make
God.
sure you're there for that. I'm the only person known to man that manages 3 of the guys on the poster not even on the poster. God damn it! Put me like a Where's Wicked? Like a Where's Waldo?
Where's Wicked?
Where's Wicked exactly? I'm a somebody got fucked up over that. Anyways, Peach State, Kiera Hogan against Carmichael Ball and Pandora. This match, a few. Yes, a few bumps in the road. Pandora, though, as Pandora usually does, coming out on top. I understand they're building the women's division around Pandora. As I said, do not judge them by this match. You can't linger on what can be considered a subpar match. Not everybody can have a 5-star match every night. We're all not Friday Daddy now. Jesus. Or AJ still, but we'll get to that. This match, Eddie, your thoughts on it?
Do you really want my thoughts?
I do.
You're a little bit too kind by using the word subpar. I have watched Kiera Hogan and Pandora work each other before. This past Saturday night was not one of Kiera Hogan's best outings. I'm going to use that 5-letter word that a lot of people don't like to use in the word pro wrestling, and those of us in it really hate hearing: botch. Kiera had a couple of major ones.
Oh, yeah.
And Kiera, love you to death. I've watched you work. I've watched you at GCW. I've watched you at AWE. And I've also seen you on various matches on YouTube. But by the same token...
You wish.
Yeah, there you go. And by the way, I would like to sit back and say Sir Mix-a-Lot was a psychic because he wrote that song about 20 years too soon about Kiera. Yeah, I'm talking about Jump On It. And
it's a jump on it.
There you go. I went a different direction. That's called a swerve, kids. No, but seriously.
Mix-a-Lot did that?
Yeah, Jump On It. Hell yeah. Seattle, Jump On It. Yeah, Mix-a-Lot did that. I have it. Trust me. For what YouTube will flag the shit out of us again.
Oh God!
Or I would play it.
You may be thinking of a different version.
No, you're thinking about "Jump Around" by House of Pain.
No, oh no, sir. Oh dear God! If I hear that song one more time, oh dear, I get so fucking tired of hearing that song. I deleted it.
He's got the Irish gimmick now. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dear God, Joshua Hagan.
Yeah,
thanks for ruining that song forever.
Punch him in the face.
I know it. No, but Seattle, Jump On It, Jump On It. Yeah, that's Mix-a-Lot.
I was thinking, jump on it. I guess it is.
Don't. That's Sir Mix-a-Lot. Jump on it.
Pandora won.
Yeah, so Pandora won.
Yeah, Pandora. Okay, like I said, and I'm pretty much already past this when I've had a couple of conversations with people about that match, and we all agree that Kiera Hogan is much better than the match that she put out this past Saturday night. Pandora definitely approaching general status to a great degree. I'll still keep her at Colonel, but. And we all agree, Pandora has made strides in this industry to become very respected in the world of pro wrestling. And Kiera Hogan's still very young in pro wrestling, so I'm not going to take anything away. I know that in another outing, like I said, I've watched them before and they've had a great match. This was not, and I'll agree, this was not one of their better outings. But by the same token, you take it, you file it away, you learn from it, you move on, and you get better.
You are 100% correct. As I said, you can't linger on a subpar match.
But most of
Next
us do.
up.
Most of us do, though. That's the problem. We'll sit back. We can have 25 matches in a row that are absolutely 3, 4, 5 star, and you have that 1.5 star match, and you'll bitch about it to yourself for 3 months.
You're going to get me into this tirade. Do not do this.
Tirade for a minute.
No, we will. We will discuss this at a later date because I have seen it several times. Young wrestlers letting a bad match just affect every match after that. Or it's like when you give somebody advice and they do every piece of advice you give them in one match.
Right.
You're like, no. Are you retarded? Why? If I tell you that you're moving slow, don't go out there and run around the fucking ring and also throw 1,000 slaps because I told you to make sure you throw a slap instead of a punch because you're babyface.
Right.
That makes no fucking sense.
Or an elbow instead of a punch because you're a babyface.
Yes, exactly. Oh, but that's the thing is like people when they throw elbows, they end up stiffing somebody or they like shit.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the problem with elbows.
Look, that's the thing.
Okay.
Dude,
Anyways,
wait. Hold on. That is why when I'm approached, I tell them you don't have to throw an elbow. Save an elbow for a special occasion, like for the comeback, especially in the early part of the match. Throw bolos, throw bolo uppercuts. That way you can come in feather and they'll still look good.
Or you can go out there and do what most people do and throw punches and
Baby faces should not throw punches in the early part of a match. Never.
They shouldn't throw punches, period. I'm sorry. I don't think a babyface should throw a punch. It should always be open hand slaps.
In the heat of the comeback, especially if the heel's been on a good cheat run, yeah, the babyface can lose their gasket and throw punches, but it's got to be done in moderation. It can't all come down to punch kick.
Right.
Therefore,
Kevin Blue did it beautifully.
Say what?
Kevin Blue did it beautifully.
Yeah, you said baby faces should.
He'll move as the baby face, so it worked in that match.
It did.
He pulled it off. So.
I have a problem with that because the thing about it, to me, and I will say this: if you're going to be a really good baby face, you have to be a great heel. And if you're going to be a really good heel, you have to be a great baby face.
Yes.
Just my opinion. That is totally my opinion. My opinion does not reflect Angie's, Eddie's, or anybody on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
But have you noticed your
best once a month? But
your best baby faces were originally heels because they understand you have to in order to become a good heel or a great heel, you have to understand the psychology of what gets under people's skin. Not necessarily everything you do technically in the ring, but it's the little things that you have to perfect and have to work on diligently that will draw heat from. You can't if you force heat from a crowd, it's fake. It's BS. If you can elicit the natural emotion of a negative nature, heat, from a crowd, then you understand the concept and the psychology of what it makes to be a good heel, and normally you can go on to become a great babyface, i.e. John freaking Cena.
I.e. Tommy Too Much.
Yeah.
Tommy was such a once again, somebody who I've been in the ring with. Tommy is great. Tommy was a great babyface, but he makes one fucking hell of a heel.
Yes, he does.
As does Simon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, exotic ones right there. Rick Michaels was the same way.
Yep.
But, speaking of Tommy Too Much, oh, the old coon ass himself, Tommy Too Much, against AJ Styles, if you will. That's my Tommy Too Much. And then you have America on the outside.
How you doing, America? How you doing? Good to see you.
AJ, I don't know what went wrong in this match.
Easy. He was outgunned. From the minute that America snuck up from behind him, popped him with the nut shot, which is available on a bunch of different websites right now because the great camera angle. She got that shot in. Then while she was being ejected from ringside, Tommy Too Much just laid in a full 5-knuckle shuffle to the nutsack and then turned around and stomped the nutsack of AJ. How he managed to get up from that, I don't effing know, Wick.
And then on top of that, he used chloroform. Chloroform to knock AJ out.
And that still didn't totally work. It did later, but not the first time.
You're exactly right. The second time. Now, we all know AJ works in the club. AJ's probably been slipping Mickey or two, but...
AJ's a superhero.
He is a superhero. He's a fucking Power Man.
That's right.
He's a real deal AJ Still.
Exactly.
And now you hookers and hoes know how he feels.
That's right. You can't get him down. You can try.
Tommy Too Much brought everything and the kitchen sink and that fucking 3-legged pit bull on the outside.
I'm surprised he didn't bring his plastic bag.
Yeah,
He likes to smother people with that shit.
I guess that's what he does to America to subdue her. Come here, girl. Let me wrap this plastic bag around your face.
Yeah, because that collar is just not enough.
That collar is obviously not enough. And I'm so glad she did not wear that collar. Dear God. Because when AJ pulled her into the ring, the collar would have jabbed her in the face.
In a thoke.
In a thoke. Exactly.
It would have.
But, hey, man, let's peel back the curtain. And every time I say peel back the curtain, I visibly do that with my hands. For
I know.
Nobody can see us. Angie's the only one that sees me do it. I do it every fucking time.
But you talk with your hands anyway.
Would you say if I couldn't use my hands, I wouldn't be able to talk?
You would just be like, fuck it. You'd be mute. You'd be mute. He'd be like, yes, he'd be optional mute.
I would learn to speak with my feet.
And you would be knocking people out with those size 15 big old feet.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're like trying to tell me, I need help to the bathroom. Kick me in the face.
With my green toenails that match my hair.
Okay.
They're
teal.
Hey, some lady at Samco, when I went to go get your Marlboro Light Special Blend 100s, this lady, I saw her staring at me. She stared at me. I was like, "Are you staring at my feet?" She said, "Oh, yeah, I was just admiring the work." I said, "Yeah, I have a 3-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 39-year-old girl." I said, they like to paint my toenails, and I let them go ham.
Yes.
And she was like, "Ham?" I said, "Hard as a motherfucker." Xavier got this big fucking shit-eating grin on his face. I knew Xavier was going to laugh. And I said it with a dead face. And I said it with a dead face. Like, I'd never fucking smiled, never once said a word. Turned around and paid for that. And but AJ, I see him go out there. I'm like, he is a merchant of death. Just throwing that out there.
Yes, sir.
Maybe some people realize that. I manage this motherfucker everywhere. But
he most definitely is.
AJ, dude, you come out on the short end, and I promise you, AJ will be more prepared. And I am sorry to whoever faces AJ Still next.
No kidding.
Whether it be at Peach State, whether it be at
Global.
Well, I was trying to think of the other promotion.
Southern Fried, I think.
Southern Fried, thank you. God damn it. I cannot believe I forgot Southern Fried's name. Southern Fried Championship Wrestling and, of course, Global Championship Wrestling, which he will be there November 21st.
Yep.
And at Peach State, he will be back maybe November 28th. You never know with AJ. You never know. Next. How much time we got?
We're at 24 after the hour.
Fuck it. We're going to go to the end.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's fine.
Okay. Now, a match that I was looking forward to.
Ooh, wait a second, you forgot something.
What did I forget, sir?
After that match wrapped up,
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Tommy Too Much decided to go on a little bit of a verbal rampage. From that vantage point, he was calling out the people that have fallen or that he has beaten one way or another by hook or by crook, and he's shooting his mouth off that he feels that he deserves a shot at the Heritage Championship held by the crown jewel Jimmy Rave. Well, Mr. Rave came on out to confront Tommy Too Much, which I don't think Tommy was totally expecting. He probably thought that since Jimmy had his match earlier in the night that Rave was going to be out of there. Wrong. I happen to know that Jimmy Rave has a monitor set up in the champion's dressing room to where he can actually monitor what's going on because he watches everything. If he's not in the ring, he's watching it.
Everything.
Uh-huh.
Y'all best believe Jimmy Rave and Wicked Nemesis watching everything.
Yeah.
Ask Paradise Kid.
Why do you think I've got... Look, I'm calling action and I'm watching the best I can. When I'm at a show, I video. That way I can go back and watch it again. I mean, that's why the Beyond Ringside, the BR cam goes with me everywhere I go. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's Global Championship Wrestling, doesn't matter if it's Peach State, doesn't matter if it's because I even took it up to, even though it malfunctioned, thank you batteries, to NWA Main Event. I've taken it to every show I've gone to, Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, and I'm going to continue to take it. But I get a chance to go back and really watch it again to see what I might have missed and what I could have done better, and to see exactly how good the action really was. Now, Jimmy came out and confronted Tommy Too Much and said, look, you've built up a dossier, you built up a resume, you built up quite a one-loss list. But as far as it goes with me, you haven't done enough to merit a Heritage Championship match. And Tommy about lost it right there. With all the people that he had beaten, Rave said, I'll tell you what I will do. My dance card's empty for November 28th at Thanksgiving Turmoil. I want to face you. And if you want to face me, we go one-on-one, non-title. You beat me, you get a championship match. I don't think it gets any better than that right now. There you go for an exclusive. If you weren't there on November 20, if you weren't there this past weekend, the word is in. The deal's been signed. Jimmy Rave, Tommy Too Much, the Peach State Heritage Champion will be taking on the NWA Atlanta Champion. Champion versus champion. If Tommy Too Much wins, he gets a Heritage Championship match.
Least we not forget that on this very program, prior to my return to Peach State, we had Tommy Too Much on.
Yep.
And I do believe that he said, Eddie, and I wish we had that soundbite, and if I was a better host, I would have made sure that we had the soundbite. I do apologize to everyone. I'm a piece of shit. But Tommy Too Much said that he thought that he could go with the likes of a Jimmy Rave specifically.
Right.
So he called Jimmy Rave out and stuck his foot in his mouth on this very show. So be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. And he got it. So Thanksgiving Turmoil, Tommy Too Much against Jimmy Rave. This is going to be a hell of a show. Hell of a shoe. But I do apologize to Jimmy, and I do apologize to Tommy Too Much for skipping over that, because now we're going to get to where I may lose my mind.
Oh boy! Do you want to talk about the last? Do you want to talk about the last matches before you talk about this?
Yeah, that great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it in reverse order because actually there was one more match. It was Sal Renaro with Al Getz in his corner taking on the Reflection of Perfection Tyson Dean with James E. Cornette in his corner. Wick.
That was a great match.
It was.
Even though we had a Hey Yo, I believe twice from Scott Hall, from Tyson Dean, which was amazing. Tyson Dean gets it. And I told him this backstage. I used to think of Tyson when I first met him as a Crew Jones light. Lo and behold, he was trained by Crew Jones. But he is surpassed that. He is just Tyson Dean. And you look at the numbers for what he's done just for the NWA itself. He did so much for the NWA.
Yes.
Without being world champion than I think anybody has in a long, long time. I think Chance Prophet was the last one that I don't mean like he's just Tyson Dean. He had a championship. It was the NWA Georgia Heavyweight Championship, I do believe. But Tyson Dean is awesome. Sal Rinauro is awesome. Al Getz and Jim Cornette, their back and forth was great. Al Getz is one of those guys. He's been around for a while, and you know he understands wrestling. He's very smart. And to go up against Cornette, a lot of quote unquote managers would definitely cower down and not know how to react. But Al, who has worked for WCW and for TNA, of course, was ready for this. So
I mean, he took an ass whooping for
Cornette beat the shit out of him. Cornette
did.
beat him like he fucking owed him money.
Yes, I wondered if he could move as fast as he used to. Nope, he moves faster.
Yeah, he's in shape.
Yes.
He's like, thank you, fuck you, bye.
Yeah.
And also, before we go on, speaking of thank you, fuck you, bye, Brian Zane, Wrestling with Regret, Season 4 premiere.
Yes.
Congratulations, the numbers are in. That guy is, man.
Over as
I cannot wait for him to become a YouTube monetized.
He's well on his way.
I don't know if he can because of the footage he uses, because he uses some WWE and WCW and TNA footage. But if check out Wrestling with Regret, and with Regret is spelled WREGRET. And don't forget, of course, the Wrestling International Sports Desk with Dara O'Connor.
Yes.
That's another one too that we forget about at times.
Yes.
Dara O'Connor, they do great work over in Ireland.
Yes.
So Wrestling with Regret and Dara O'Connor, make sure you check that out. We're in the wind tunnel. We're in the wind tunnel.
We're good.
Land this now. But Tyson Dean, Sal Rinauro, a lot of bad blood in this. A livelihood was on the line in this. We can't stress that enough. Al Getz has been a thorn in the side of Tyson Dean since Tyson Dean's come back, and just I cannot believe how everything has come full circle, and I cannot believe how the fans have totally accepted Tyson Dean after hating him so much. But the fans were totally behind Tyson
Absolutely.
Dean, even without Cornette in his corner.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I say the same thing. I was surprised. Peach State has those amazing fans. Yeah, but even last week when he came out, the fans went insane for Tyson Dean. But it goes back to look at him. He looks. You can tell he's a wrestler. He's got the look. He has the talent. So that's another guy. I mean, we just can't say enough about him, and he so deserves all the great things that he has coming in his career because,
Yeah, the sky's the limit.
he's what, he's what it's about. That's what these younger guys, that's what you should strive to be like. Not be like Simon, but like Tyson, but the level of professionalism, because if you're his friend or you follow him, this man is pimping his shows. This man is plugging his show, and he's working all the time. He's like, he does what he's supposed to do. So, enough about that.
Eddie, your thoughts?
This match was one that you have to look at as a treat to be able to be around. Echo, love it. From there, Tyson Dean, the reflection of perfection. This man has been another one who's been on a tear. He does a lot in a number of different promotions. I had a chance to really sit down and talk with him on Back to Basics before this past show, and always a treat to have Tyson on. Still want to get Sal Rinauro on, and Rinauro is another one who just continues to up his game that much more. Al Getz, got a lot of respect for him. He's working to continue to build his repertoire as a manager and build his base. The legendary Jim Cornette, always a trip to hang around. And Cornette was in rare form. Screw that. Cornette was in true form this past Saturday night in Carrollton. And just this match, I will sit back and say this. From start to finish, bell to bell, and then some. This is a match I wish could be on major market television. Not just because of Cornette, but because all the elements that were in place. You had everything clicking from start to finish. Everybody was on it. And this is a match I really wish could be, major market television. They're only 30 minutes out of Atlanta. I wouldn't mind seeing it on one of the stations there. Hell, I'd love to see it air here in Birmingham. But by the same token, I'll sit back and say, you know something? When the DVD comes out, check out PeachStateWrestlingAlliance.com. They do have DVDs of previous shows available through the website. For everything that has been going on, I enjoyed calling that match this past Saturday night. Dean Renaro was solids from start to finish. A lot of people look at the word solid as a uh-oh word. I don't. I look at the word solid as, yes, it was there in a good way, start to finish. There's other words I can use if I felt it was subpar, below average, not that good, horrible, screwed up, whatever. But for me, the word solid is a compliment. Because you can go out and you can have a 2-star, 2.5-star, 3-star match. If I'm using the word solid, that means it surpassed that. Because I didn't see holes in it. I didn't see problems with it. I saw a good match. And like I said, it was fun to call. It was fun to watch. I've watched it again from the BR cam. And like I said, for everybody, when that DVD comes out, get the damn DVD. You will thoroughly enjoy it from start to finish. Even the Kira Hogan Pandora match. Wick.
And also Shane Knowles. Thank you to Shane Knowles for everything that he does for Georgia Wrestling, man, and for us especially.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, Shane Knowles puts on a great event. Enough of that can't be said. This was a main event, as you said, that can be everywhere. I mean, this main event could have main evented on TV, could have main evented anywhere in the United States, England, Canada. It doesn't matter. Now to the match before it.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'd like to just say, I like Sal Renaro's gear a little bit more every time I see it.
Yeah.
It is really awesome.
That's funny as hell.
Yes, it is great. So props for that. So moving on, the coup de grace.
Yes. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer. I'm a fan of Britt Jackson, Donnie Primetime III, Ace Haven, and Charles Anders.
Anybody that listens to the show will tell you.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. She seemed to have invisible touch.
I had to get that in there. I'm sorry. I was really looking forward to this match. This was a match that Amy Haven also involved in this. This was a match that had a chance for a few things. Now, let me preface this by saying, I know these guys. These guys are awesome. So, I'm going to set up everything for this match. We got about 22 minutes, and it may take the entire 22 minutes, and I do apologize. Okay. This match meant something to everybody involved in that match. All 5 individuals. Donnie Primetime III. He's been on Peach State several times. Britt Jackson's been on several times. But they're not mainstays. Charles Anders and Ace Haven have a tag team formed called #TrendingNow. Amazing name.
Amazing.
This was going to be their debut. And it was their debut. Had matching gear, went out. You know Britt Jackson and Donnie Primetime III in the back. They were fucking talking strategy. I overheard them, of course. I went over there to them and gave my advice on a few things. Because I really like those guys. And when I go off on this tear, you'll understand why. 2 guys trying to prove themselves. 2 guys trying to get a foothold in a great wrestling promotion. 2 guys that have busted their asses to get where they are now. Two guys that are still paying their dues. Two guys that have humble beginnings. And of course, I'm talking about Britt Jackson and Donnie Primetime III. Then you have Charles Xanders, who's also paying his dues, busting his ass, and a man that I really like his work. And Ace Haven, who has come so far, so fast, and whatever clicked in Ace, I'm glad it did. I think it was Amy. I think Amy with him, it clicked for him.
He has this intensity in his eyes.
You're exactly right.
When he comes out of the door, there is a look on his face, and I've seen it progress, and he does amazing work.
Now, he may not be able to break through a banner.
No, he cannot do that for shit.
Dude, the banners are his nemesis.
Yes.
I'm just saying that.
Yes.
Like he should, if he ever turns heel, if he doesn't wrap himself up in one of those and go crazy, which he won't turn heel. Let's get real. He makes money,
God, yes.
and he's a very good baby face.
Amy as well.
Amy too.
Amazing.
Amy too, busting her ass. Amy has come so far. Also, I'm very proud to say that I gave her her break and put her with Ace when nobody else would. And I'm so glad that they have come this far. And I'm so glad that him and Charles are tag teaming, because this is going to be awesome. And I hope that they get more bookings together, because they damn sure fucking deserve it. And also hope that, as I have grown to call him, your feature presentation, Donnie Primetime III and Britt Jackson, I hope that they get more bookings, because this was going to be everything that they wanted. They go out, they start, boom, boom, start the match, fucking goddamn Charles Xanders is a fucking reverse gainer onto him. I mean, the match is going fucking insane. I'm like, I'm outside. Now I'm watching this match. I'm fucking watching this match with Shane Knowles fucking standing there at the back door to whatever fucking school we're at. I'm watching this with the owner of the company, bragging on these guys, telling them how fucking proud I am of them. He's bragging on them. You know, we're talking about, you know, how they bust their asses. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of this great fucking match, I see Tanisha Turner and Glenn Matthews' mom start fucking fighting. Now, I'm fucking standing there. I go to open the door to stop it. The door's shut. I calmly knock on the door. Nobody comes. They fight for about 10 seconds before anybody gets in there. During that 10 seconds, while Tanisha, friend of ours, super fucking nice, and Glenn Matthews' mom fight for 10 seconds, and then all of a sudden, here comes Glenn Matthews, AWE's own Glenn Matthews,
AKA
Kid Paradise.
Yes.
Kid Paradise.
For
Chips.
Hard Time Championship Wrestling's own Kid Paradise. 18 years old and cock strong with no fucking teeth.
No, it's just the front one.
Whatever. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Just one.
Worse.
Starts swinging on Tanisha Turner.
What?
Starts fucking swinging on Tanisha Turner.
You didn't know that,
fucking
Eddie?
hitting her in the
No, I
fucking
didn't know
face.
that he fucking hit her.
How in the fuck could you not?
Dude,
Larry,
I was
did you
trying to
do that
watch a
all last
match.
too?
Yeah, he fucking hits her 2 or 3 times. People come in to try to break it up. He starts swinging on them.
And this turkey is still fucking walking?
There's an old retired referee there that I was able to break it up. The entire time I'm trying to open the door, Angie sees me banging on the door. I'm trying to get in there because I recognized that it was Kid Paradise. Now, I'm not going to say what something was discovered. He had something he shouldn't have there, and he gets taken out front. I walk around the front, and the security guards are, asking whose this is. He claims that it's his. Him and his mom are saying that Tanisha's son was pointing laser pointers, and she went over there and snatched it out of her son's hand.
Tanisha's son is a small child, by the way. He's what, 7 or 8?
Yeah, I think so.
Clearly a child. I mean, there's no reason to be acting like that to begin with, but I'm sorry.
And has a few special needs, and I'm listening to this, and I'm smoking a cigar, just listening to Kid Paradise, defend this going on, and I walk around to the back, and I tell Shane Knowles, I was like, hey, that guy they just threw out? You know that's Kid Paradise, right? Now, 2 matches before that, right during intermission, I see Kid Paradise walk out of fucking nowhere around back while I'm talking to Shane, And I see him, and he fucking begs for a job, begs for a spot. So 2 matches later, here you are swinging on a photographer, and because she's fighting with your mom, which that shouldn't have happened.
A female.
But
As my mom says, they just don't have any reason. They weren't raised right.
Well, I'm
apparently.
definitely not one to talk about that. But
No.
But
You just don't act like that.
I'm listening to Kid Paradise do this. I walk around, talk to Shay Knowles. Shay Knowles says, "What?" I said, "Yeah, that was Kid Paradise that was swinging on everybody." He said, "Holy shit!" I said, "Wasn't he just begging for a job 2 minutes ago, or 2 matches ago?" He said, "What, Wicked?" Yes, he was. I said, "I've got something I got to say to him." Walk around front. I'm sitting there smoking a cigar, and I'm listening to him. You know, the cops had been called, and he's just standing there pacing back and forth, and his mom's standing there. And I say, "Paradise, you know, I used to kind of like you." And his mom says, "Used to?" And I said, "Yeah, used to." I said, "You fucking come to a fucking wrestling event and ask for a goddamn fucking spot. You don't work your way onto a fucking show." I said, "You go out there and start swinging like a fucking madman at a wrestling event that you're asking for a fucking job on, in front of all these people at this big event. There's 4 guys in the ring that have busted their ass to get where the fuck they are." I said, "You fucking took that away from them." I said, I hope and fucking pray that you like Hard Times Championship Wrestling. I hope you like wrestling there." I was like, "Because you're not fucking wrestling anywhere else." I said, "I hope you like wrestling for $5 and a hot dog, or wrestling for free." I said, "Wrestling for free and a hot dog." I said, "Because you're not going to fucking work anywhere." I said, "Dude, you're going to be blackballed." I said, "You fucking come to somewhere." I said, "You disrespected everybody you've ever worked with by doing that fucking shit." I said, "You couldn't fucking handle yourself better?" "Of course fucking not." I said, "You fucking dumbass." I said, "You fucking took what those guys built away just like that." And then I told him what I knew he had on him that I saw, which I'm not going to speak about. I said, and then to do that, to bring that at a school. I said, "You should fucking feel ashamed." And his mom was like, his mom went to say something. And I said, "Ma'am, you can shut up." I said, "I expect more out of him because he's a trained wrestler." I said, your little brother," she said, "son." And I said, "Holy shit. Your son just went in here and begged for a job and then goes out there and does this." I said, "That is so fucking unprofessional. So unprofessional."
And disrespectful.
And I said, "Everyone's lucky that that door didn't open." And I left it at that. That's all I said. So she knew that I was going to fuck him up. Yeah, I wasn't going to fucking punch him.
No, I said go to sleep.
Yeah, I was just letting everybody know I wasn't going to.
No, absolutely not.
But I bounced for 7 years, and I know how to handle somebody. I know how to handle a situation like that very quickly. Yeah, and then of course, as I got ready to walk away, I told him, I said, if I were you, I said, I would go in there and shake the hands of everybody in the back and apologize to them face to face like a fucking man. I said, but that's just me. I said, have a great fucking evening. And I walked off. The main event was awesome. That match, I'm sure, was fucking awesome. The crowd did not give 2 fucking shits, Eddie. All the fucking goddamn motherfucking crowd. And rightfully so, because this had happened. And that's not taking anything away from those fans. All they cared about is the fact that there was just a brawl in the semi-main event. And Amy tried to get the fucking fans back into it.
I tried.
Yeah, Angie clapped. Angie clapped as loud as she could. She tried. But goddamn. Jesus fucking Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Like Kid Paradise, fuck you for that.
And go, Jesus, I mean, fucking bust your ass. I mean, don't. Oh my God. I cannot fucking. Like, I have whipped wrestlers' asses for less than that, Eddie, as you well know.
Oh, yeah.
Way less.
Way less. And I don't understand why. Like, I'm Shane Knowles. I know we'll talk in between Thanksgiving turmoil. I'm begging you. Give those guys another chance. God damn, fucking start the fucking show with that if you have to.
Yeah.
Like, that is so unreal, and they were so fucking gypped on that, man. Oh my God, those kids were so gypped on that.
Really
all 5 of them.
So sad.
All fucking 5 of those motherfuckers got fucked in the ass with no Vaseline. Because fucking Kid Paradise's fat fucking ass, Glenn Matthews, wanted to fucking act like a fucking piece of shit.
Well, he obviously doesn't. The apple
Oh my
doesn't
God,
fall
man.
far from the tree.
I mean,
you just, yeah.
pointing laser pointers in people's eyes.
Trash
I mean, that
begets
just,
trash,
oh
baby.
my God. Anyways, Eddie, your thoughts on this match, sir? You saw more
I
of the
watched
match,
the
obviously,
tag
not
team
this.
match, and I managed to keep myself from getting extraordinarily distracted by the outside distraction. And I will sit back and say this. Ace Haven, Charles Zander, DP3, Britt Jackson. Sorry, I got distracted thinking about the damn fight again.
She seemed to have invisible touch.
You guys had a great match. It was a pleasure to be able to call that match. Ace and Xander's coming out looking like a tag team, acting like a tag team, going like a tag team. Amy Haven came across as more than a valet that night. Yes, I said that. I will sit back and say, I've had a conversation, and there is a possibility that match will be done, that pairing will be put together again. Hashtag trending now, and Primetime and Jackson. Look in chat real quick. You'll see why I didn't say something else. But as far as it goes, I've heard some stories, and I'm also currently reading an extended post from one of the people involved. Now, social media, people put their little columns up, and I take everything that's posted with a grain of salt. Especially if I'm not in it. And I wasn't in it. And I ain't got no business in it. I heard about Tanisha's son using the laser pointer. I heard that Glenn went... Now, I did hear that Glenn went up and snatched the laser pointer away from Tanisha's kid. And apparently that's when everything started breaking down. Because according to his mother, there is a history in that triangle. A history. Glenn, you were the one who went up to the child and snatched the laser pointer. That wasn't your job. You get to security. I've done it before. The previous outing, we had kids, not Tanisha's kid, but another family that had their kids using a laser pointer from the bleachers. And they're shining it in people's faces. You go get security. You don't take matters into your own hands. Were you working on that show? To my knowledge, no. Were you a part of that show? To my knowledge, no. It's not your job. You don't do things like that. That can actually be classified as assault. So you're lucky in that regard if assault charges were not pressed before the fight. I don't know you. So I'm speaking from a completely neutral standpoint. I don't have a dog in this fight. But I don't... And okay, I've met Tanisha in passing, but we're not close bosom buddies, and I don't know your mother either. So once again, I'm speaking as an outsider. This whole situation could have been avoided. AVOIDED. If you would have done the responsible thing and go get Peach State Security and say, hey, he's got a laser pointer. He's shining it in kids' faces. Please get with his mother. Get with him. Take it away. Get her to put it up. Whatever. But for you to walk up to a child and take something like that or do something like that, son, that's a line that's crossed. I don't care if you know the person or not. I don't care if there's a history there or not. And apparently there is. Negative history. That is an act of aggravation. That is crossing a line. You screwed up. For everything that occurred after that, everybody screwed the pooch on that one. I don't care if I get feedback negative in messages in public. I don't care. This could have been avoided. This should have been avoided. Should Glenn get blacklisted? Not my call. Not my call. You hit a woman, though. That's where I get pissed. Granted, now, according to one side of the story, the woman hit you first. Still, go get security. Tell them what happened. Don't take matters into your own hands. If one version is true and it's a woman versus woman fight, stay the freaking hell out of it. It's not your job, other than to try to pull your party away from the altercation. You don't attack the other one. That's assault. You go to jail for that shit. There's a bunch of different things. Now, also, his mother did go on Facebook and say that a female wrestler who was not even involved in the situation started coming outside and dog cussing her son. Proceeded to cuss both of them like sons. Hold on. Let me get... Okay. This female wrestler proceeds to come outside and stand a few feet away, cussing and trashing my son like an effing dog and proclaiming very loudly that the cop needs to arrest him and throw him in jail. The mother goes on to say she was not even out there when it happened, but she ran her son into the ground. And of course, that person's now, according to the mother, this individual is trying to get Glenn blacklisted. Okay. Your son screwed up. Cancel Peach State, which means cancel a number of different promotions. If Josh wants to continue to use you at AWE, that's his prerogative. I got nothing to do with it. I am your conscience in this regard. Child, you screwed up. Every damn one of you screwed up. This should not have happened inside. This should not have happened in the building. It should have gone outside. Other people didn't need to be drug into your drama. Like I said, I got no dog in the fight. But I'll be damn sure going to be playing the conscience in this role. People, think before you act. We've forgotten how to be civil, cordial, professional. We got to get that back. This should not have happened. Now I'll also sit back and say, yeah, because it actually took the attention away from a damn good match that 5 people were in the middle of busting their asses. That pisses me off more. Because you completely and totally went selfish, self-centered, one-dimensional, took matters into your own hands, and you stole the moment from 5 individuals who were doing their damnedest to earn it. That makes me mad. Next time, think. And if there is a next time, think outside. Wick?
Eddie, what does the Beyond Ringside Radio Network have up and coming, sir?
Well, eventually we're going to go back to Georgia and have a cat fight. But sorry, I just had to throw it. To break the tension, I had to throw that one back in. I will copy and paste because the person, okay, this individual did send me a friend request, but actually that friend request came from back at the A.W.E show that I uploaded the video from. Because somebody was nice enough to tag me and say, yeah, Eddie filmed it. Well, now I got a bunch of friend requests from people I don't frickin' know and I don't respond to them. Sorry. I don't personally know you. Don't send me a friend request. Go to the fan page and communicate with me through there. Now, short ending. Live programming will resume here on the Beyond Ringside family of shows this coming Saturday, November the 14th at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern with the Shooters Gallery. You think we're dead on target tonight? Guess what? It's probably going to get a little bit more fun this Saturday morning. Yours truly, Robert Cosper, Shane Knowles, we're back in action. The Trifecta 2 out of 3 will not air this coming Sunday. I have a prior engagement in play and will not be able to produce. If Cosper is able to produce, then BR Live and WrestleRage will go off as scheduled. So we're going to work on that. Back to Basics returns Tuesday night, the 17th. And like I said, we got a lot of great things coming to the station, and I'm really looking forward to it. Don't forget, the Beyond Ringside Radio app is available for Amazon, Android, and BlackBerry. For our friends on Apple, please lock us in through TuneIn Radio. And, of course, we're on Ustream as well when we are live. And I'm producing because nobody else can seem to get this right. But love you guys. But in all sincerity, at Beyond Ringside on Twitter, at Fast Eddie Lane for me personally. I'm looking forward to this coming Friday night at Buffalo Wild Wings in Alabaster. We had a great time last Friday. We're going to have an even better time this week. The party continues. The adventure continues. For me personally, also check out Fast Eddie Lane, LAYNE.com. I got some brand new stuff going up on there, Kodak moments and more. And my side of the coin, the not so serious version, will be returning to FastEddieLane.com effectively this weekend. Wick?
Eddie, I'm just going to say this. Slow down. Jesus.
Against my religion, dude.
It sounds like it.
Against my religion.
Angie, how can everyone get in touch with you? Because we know what we have upcoming.
On Twitter, Angie Nemesis. On Facebook, Angie Tessarium. And on Instagram, Gender Goddess 1.
Eddie, how can everyone get in touch with you, sir?
At Fast Eddie Lane, LAYNE on Twitter and Instagram. I'm actually doing more on FastEddieLane.com. I'm back to that realization where I have to give priority to my own website first. So definitely, like I said, check it out. By the way, once again, I would like to say, Shane Knowles, thank you for everything and all the hospitality. Rick Michaels, everybody. Jim Cornette, it was an absolute honor. From there, Kaz Schmidtke, the ride was fun. And for the second ride in a row, Kaz passed out in the back seat. Oops, did I say that out loud? But from there, also, like I said, to Doug, Joy, and everybody over at Saws, I will see all this coming Sunday. To a good friend of mine, Rob Langford with Elvis Rob Productions. Dude, I had a blast this past Sunday up in Jasper. Thank you for letting me work. Thank you for bringing me into Work Sound. It was cool.
You can contact me at Wicked Nemesis on Twitter. Of course, the Merchants of Death, the Unlucky Charms, the To Be Determined Show, the Wicked Nemesis, and the Sevenfold Saints all have Facebook fan pages. Give us a like and a share. Thank you for all the recent likes and shares. We do appreciate it. And we see they're from all around the world. I want to say this to everyone that is listening. Go out and tell your wife, your husband, your sister, your mom, your dad that you love them. Because you never know when it's going to be taken away, and never take anybody for granted. For Fast Eddie Lane.
Dad, I love you. I'm proud of you for your service to our country. 2 tours of Korea. You are 84 years old, a 3-time cancer survivor, dealing with COPD and recovering from shingles. And you are still 10 times the man that I will ever be. Dad, I love you.
For Angie Tessarium.
Oh, I'm just going to say happy Wednesday and good night, because I must be good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, to all our armed forces around the world, thank you. We appreciate it, and happy Veterans Day. We wish you all the best, and come home safely to all of us. Good night. Good luck. As always, leave your week to be determined. Don't be a maybe. Be a definite. Forever forward.